It's what I can do. My husband was very sick for a long time, and then he died and he didn't pass away. He died, and I didn't think I could ever work again. We were so close and he was. Mitzi Gaynor's family waited until after her death to speak out. They had to. What they discovered in her Beverly Hills home was too important to ignore. For 70 years she carried the burden of what happened with Howard Hughes in 1949. She was just 18. He was 44 and obsessed. Her family found evidence of something that could have destroyed her career before it started. The letters, the gifts, the land deals, it all tells a different story. What Hughes did to her changed Hollywood forever. But nobody knew until now. Mitzi Gaynor was born on September 4, 1931 in Chicago. Her real name was Francesca Marlene Danny von Gerber. Her parents had come from Hungary not long before that. Her father Henry had once played music in the streets of Budapest to survive. Her mother Pauline was a dancer who had run from strict traditions. They arrived in America during a time when alcohol was banned and jobs were hard to find. They had noble blood but no money. The name von Gerber showed they had once been part of Hungarian nobility, but they now lived in small apartments in crowded neighborhoods. Still, music and dancing stayed in their lives. They raised Mitzi in a home filled with rhythm and grace. By the time she was 3, her family moved to Elgin, Illinois. She spent a lot of time with her grandmother there and saw her first stages in local theaters. Years later, a surprising detail came out. Her stepbrother from her father's second marriage became a well-known anti-war activist named Donald W. Duncan. Even though their lives were very different, both came from the same roots of struggle and bold choices. That same fire pushed Mitzi toward a life in the spotlight. When she was just 4 years old in 1935, Mitzi started ballet lessons in a small studio in Chicago. Her teacher was very strict. She came from the famous Cher's family. Mitzi's mother, who used to dance herself, pushed her to keep going. At age 7, Mitzi did her first solo performance in 1938 at a local church. She was so nervous she wet herself on stage. But the crowd cheered so loudly she had to go back out and perform again after drying off. That moment taught her something important. If you keep going, even after something embarrassing, people will still support you. By 1939, she was secretly learning tap and acrobatics. These extra moves surprised everyone. In 1942, when she was 11, her family moved again, this time to Detroit. There Mitzi trained even harder. At 12, she won a talent contest with a bold routine that mixed dance and flips. She won $50 and caught the eye of someone from Hollywood. Her cheeks were round and her legs were long. Not what people expected in a star, but she practiced for 10 hours a day. 13, she joined the Los Angeles Civic Light Opera. That same year in 1944, she danced in a show called Song Without Words. Even at that young age, she was already becoming a star. The move to Detroit in 1942 was a big change. Her father found work as a music director, but it meant leaving all her friends behind in Chicago. They lived near the Fox Theater in a small apartment. Mitzi went to public school and trained in secret because she didn't want to get in trouble for skipping class. She practiced for 8 hours a day, hiding it from everyone. In 1943, when she was 12, she entered a talent contest without telling anyone. Her routine was so full of energy that she won first prize, a $100 war bond. The judges were shocked. A talent scout from 20th Century Fox was in the audience and offered her a screen test. That same year, her parents divorced, which made things even harder. But that $200 prize money helped her family through a very rough time. By 1944, she made it to Hollywood. She even lied about her age so she could work. That was her escape from a hard Midwestern Life. The Great Depression hit her family hard. They had just come to Chicago in 1931. Her father could only find small music jobs that paid $25 a week. In 1933, her mother had to pawn jewelry just to feed them. In 1935, they got evicted twice. Mitzi slept on a little cot in a crowded room. From age 13, Mitzi began sending money to her parents. That struggle made her stronger. In 1944, something amazing happened. Mitzi was just 13 when she was spotted by a producer named Edwin Lester at a dance recital in Detroit. He was looking for talent for the Los Angeles Civic Light Opera. He was so impressed that he brought her straight to Hollywood and helped her join the Hollywood Professional School. There she took classes while training and performing on stage. She worked with the Civic Light Opera and danced in the background roles. Even though her family had noble roots, it was clear she had worked for everything she got. By age 12, she was already dancing at army camps. There weren't enough adult performers because of World War II, so young stars like Mitzi filled the gap. Critics noticed that she danced with the skill of someone much older. But behind the smiles, it wasn't easy. She trained so hard she often fell asleep in rehearsals. Her mother Pauline pushed her just as hard. By 1945, Mitzi was playing big parts in shows like Roberta. She had made it. That same year at age 13, she performed in Song Without Words at the Greek Theater in Los Angeles. The crowds were huge, up to 8,000 people. She danced complex routines with sharp spins and perfect footwork. Critics were stunned that someone so young could perform with such grace. She had been training since she was 4, and it showed. Rehearsals lasted 12 hours. She still had to go to school. Sometimes she collapsed from exhaustion, but the show brought in more than $50,000, which was a massive amount in 1944. That moment pushed her from background dancer to leading roles. People were amazed by her discipline. Older dancers were said to be jealous of her, but she kept moving forward. On March 15, 1949, when Mitzi was 18, she signed a 7-year film contract with 20th Century Fox. She had auditioned over and over, sometimes 15 times a week in 1948, singing opera songs for hours. The deal gave her $500 a week, which would be around $6,000 a week today. One executive didn't like her real name, calling it too much like Adele. He gave her a new name, Mitzi Gaynor, after another star, Janet Gaynor. Her first big movie came out on September 15, 1950. It was called My Blue Heaven. She was 19 and played a singer-dancer named Gloria Adams. She starred with Betty Grable, but many said Mitzi outshined her. Her tap number was filled with life and energy. The film made over $2 million. After that, letters started pouring in, 500 each week. There were even rumors of a romance with Dan Daly, her co-star. Whether true or not, Mitzi had become a star overnight. The next year, on July 6, 1951, she played a sorority girl in Take Care of My